Hey everybody, welcome to Nobody's Grotesque Backlog Battle, and this is number 4. And today, I have some bad news, but everyone really knows this just because it's an old game. I am reviewing Little Big Planet 3, and I'm sorry, but it was a total disappointment, but everyone knows that by now. It's just, okay, so off the break, Media Molecule did not really, they didn't develop this game at all. It was developed by Sumo Digital, I think. Yeah, I think that was their name. And you can see it clearly. You can see it. It was just so boring. Like, you know, with Little Big Planet 1 and 2 and Vita, you know, there was more to the single player if you weren't just into the online stuff. If you didn't want to create your own levels, if you didn't want to play online, at least you had a nice little single player campaign to play. But this one, the single player was just garbage. It was over in like 5 to 7 hours. And it was so easy too, so easy. To where it's kind of like you will blast through this game relatively fast. You know, if you just played, like I said, just single player, not the branching off. The branching off stuff, you know, adds like 2 or 3 hours, and you know, nothing substantial. But it was just such a letdown. I bought the game for my wife actually a long time ago, and I told her, like, she was watching me play, and she even said herself, "This looks really boring." And you know, I told her it really was. To me, there was, you know, I can't say that they didn't put a lot of care and effort into this, but it comes off as a cash grab. And you know, I have someone on PlayStationTrophies.org that she loves this series, and she was actually really upset. When I say, she actually wrote the trophy guide, but she was really upset because this game was so bad, and you have people who were coming from Xbox to PS4, and this was probably their first time playing Little Big Planet, and it just completely tarnished the reputation of the game completely. So, you know, you probably have some people who this is their first Little Big Planet 3. I mean, this is their first Little Big Planet, and they hated it. They probably will not, if they ever buy a PS3, or even if they have one, they will not go buy Part 1 or Part 2 because of how bad this game was. And you know, I feel kind of bad, you know, because it is a bad game. Media Molecule, they're off, I think, making Dream or something like that. So they should have just left Little Big Planet, you know, to where it was. But they did not have to make this Part 3 at all. It comes off as a cash grab. Comes off as a, you know, oh, launch title, PS. Well, obviously it's not a launch title, but it comes off as like, we need exclusive fast. You know, let's pop out Little Big Planet 3. People know what that is, so they'll buy it. And you know, unfortunately, I bought it. There are tons, and this is even like I got this game. I got the platinum trophy for this game a few months ago, and I'm just now getting to review it. But even until this day, there are still so many glitches in the game, erased data, game crashing. It's just bad, you know, to put in effort, and you know, stuff doesn't even work. You know, like, you might go to sleep one day and you wake up and your progress is gone, just completely wiped out. Which is really just, come on, you guys, seriously. And like, if you Google the glitches and bugs in this game, like when the game was released, and I know every game is released buggy and stuff like that, so, but that's still no excuse. A buggy game is a buggy game. I don't care about patches and stuff. Yeah, patches help. Looking at you, Destiny. I love you, Destiny. But still, you know, you shouldn't release a game in such a bad state. But Little Big Planet 3 is just a very disappointment. I can't recommend the game to anybody who either hasn't played it or if it comes up on a flash sale for $5. I mean, you could possibly play it for $5. I mean, I would recommend. I mean, you could buy it for $5, and but just don't have low expectations going in. Hey, if you have low expectations going in, you might surprise yourself. Do that with tons of movies. But yeah, the single player. Well, let me give. They did try one thing that I did appreciate. They introduced they introduced 3 different characters. They introduced the bird. They introduce a muscle man that can shrink. They get in small places, or big that can pull down stuff. And they introduced the frog. I actually liked the frog. The frog was pretty cool. But the thing is, though, they are so completely underutilized to where it's like, why did you even bother putting them in the game to begin with? Like, you finally get them. You get them at, I think, like at the end of each level. Like they have like little. There's like 3 worlds, I think, 3 or 4. I'm not sure. But you get them at the end of each world, and they're only really used for side quests and to get to like extra stickers and stuff. I mean, yeah, they have a little bit of story in them, but nothing else. And then what pissed me off the most is, like, at the end, like at the very, very end, you have to utilize all 4 characters, but you haven't played with them that often, to where you're just like fumbling around in the dark. I can't tell you how long it took me to ace the final level because I didn't know how to use the characters. I mean, to me, that's not my fault, because you gave me these characters and you didn't do anything with them. So I appreciate that there were new characters, but what was the point? There was absolutely no point. And I even, when I bought the game, it was like a big package, so it came with the DLC, and the DLC is just as dumb. It's just about Sackboy returning. I think it's like Journey Home. You got like 4 or 5 levels, and you're just on your way home. It doesn't even do anything. I mean, yeah, you see some characters from part 1, I think part 2 as well, but what's the point? There's absolutely no point to this game at all. I don't recommend it. I'm getting slightly upset just by even reviewing it. It was a frustrating time playing it, but I'm trying to clear out my backlog, so it was there. I heard the stories about it, but there have been tons of games that review bad that I personally liked, so I give it a shot. And this game is, don't buy this game, don't play the game. It's one of those games that should just be. Just go away. Like, play Little Big Planet. If you want to play Little Big Planet, go get a PS3 or Vita and play those games. Those are much more fun. But not this game. Heck, some people's DLC wasn't even working. Like, you buy something, the DLC costumes, you buy something to even if it's skins, you buy it and it doesn't work. And they just completely abandoned this game to where some people are just screwed out of money. Like, what is that? That's just horrible. But yeah, don't buy this game. Yeah, this is a warning. To me, this game gets like, yeah, this is bad. Don't buy it. I mean, it has its moments where it's like, ooh, but then it's over too fast. I mean, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but if I would have spent $60 on this game, I would have been upset, because it's the Walking Dead is longer than this game, and it's just don't buy this game. That's all I gotta say. That's my review for this game. Just don't buy it. Alright, like, subscribe if you want to. You don't have to. It's up to you. Alright, bye.